Welcome. In this edition of Down to Earth, we would be talking about some of the very interesting concepts. Now, the first concept is the tree cover in the regions of Jharkhand, Gumla district. Now, Gumla district is known for bauxite mining, stone mining, and brick manufacturing. And as a result, the region has witnessed a lot of deforestation activity and deterioration in the quality of the soil. There has been an initiative which is known as Seed Ball Initiative done by the local villagers, and this is to restore the greenery in the region. So sal tree is basically known for two important purposes. The villagers get income from sal trees by selling the seeds of the sal tree as well as creating plates from the sal leaves. However, due to this manufacturing activity and mining activity, this local agricultural activity has been affected and the loss of trees have been serious. Now again, extreme heat conditions have also been responsible. Climate change has also been responsible to certain extent in the region for reduction in the tree cover. Now there have been constant efforts to promote and include the vegetation of sal as well as jamun in the region. The next is widespread hunger crisis. Now there has been a report by IPC, which is Integrated Food Security Phase Classification, under the Famine Review Committee, and this has been developed by UN Food and Agricultural Organization. It reported that 15 months of civil war in Sudan has led to a severe hunger crisis in the regions of North Darfur. Now the committee has classified the famine as IPC 5, where at least 1 in 5 person or 1 in 5 household is facing acute shortage of food. Now Zamzam camp, which holds nearly 5 lakh internally displaced people, is again one of the regions suffering from acute hunger crisis, and this needs to be addressed. Zimbabwe alone has nearly 7.6 million people facing acute hunger because of the drought conditions. The next is Paris Olympics and River Seine, the cleaning of River Seine. Now River Seine flows through the Paris, and over a century there has been a ban on swimming in the Seine river, citing the harmful amount of chemicals as well as bacterial infections which could be seen because of the pollution in the river. So there was a huge investment of nearly $1.5 billion to clean the River Seine. However, just one day before the triathlon event, it was seen that high bacterial levels were detected, and the Belgium team actually withdrew when one of the persons fell ill. Also, the athletes faced extreme heat because of the outdoor event, and it was for the very first time in the century that this activity of extreme heat had happened, and this was considered as virtually impossible without climate change. The next is the heat waves in Ladakh. Now Ladakh is also experiencing unusually high temperatures of 40 degrees Celsius. The people there are not acclimatized to this temperature conditions, and reduced humidity and high heat have led to lack of rainfall in the region, and this has also disrupted the flight operations to and from the regions of Leh in Ladakh. There have been issues faced which are leading to aerodynamic issues with aircraft landing. So again, it's not just Ladakh, but the regions of Kashmir are also facing high temperatures. The next is landslide, which occurred in the regions of Kerala. Now this landslide event was again an unexpected event which had been seen in the Mundakai and the Choramal areas of Wayanad. Recently it has been witnessed that this region has received below average amount of rainfall. However, there were molds of mud which accumulated within hours of the landslide that happened, and the disaster have been witnessed by the local community. There have been numerous reasons cited to it, and one of the major reasons is the rising deforestation, clearing of the plantation in the area. Now to assess the first regional landslide early warning systems was devised by Hong Kong, because Hong Kong has a condition similar to India where there are frequent rainfall induced landslides. However, this technology was later seen in Canada, Brazil, US, Colombia, Indonesia, parts of North Central America, and Norway, Scotland. there have been landslides which have been associated with not only higher changes in the climate change, but also there are other geological and meteorological factors which have affected it. Now once the landslide happens, it actually reduces the strength of the soil, and there is a thin layer of water that occurs between the grain of sand, which makes the other sand float easily. So it's basically the lubrication of the water that helps to move the upper layer at a faster pace, and this further causes the extremities of landslide that can occur. Now as we have said, the combinations of deforestation, clearing of the plantations, and unprecedented rainfall in a very short span were some of the reasons that have caused the severe landslide conditions in the Wayanad area. The timeline for that has been given here, which would be available in the handouts. You can go through it. Now one of the professors from BITS Pilani and other from IIT Bombay have been working in close association with climate variabilities and warning systems, and they have tried to understand that if there are variations in the rainfall pattern, there is increased attention that must be given, because at the ground level, if it is not addressed, it can lead to significant impacts. Now again, there is a private company, SkyMet. Now SkyMet is one of the private agencies based in Noida, which works with future trading in market. Now this is one of the recent ideas. So far we have talked about commodities index, where we deal with gold, we deal with silver, the changing prices, and the trading on those changing prices. But with the SkyMet, they are now trying to have the indexation, which has been derived based on the 100 years average of the rainfall and the temperature conditions derived from IMD, and based on that the predictability and forecasting of the weather conditions are done, and this is bedded into the commodities market. So this is a unique agricultural commodity exchange by SkyMet, which has been brought based on the weather index. However, there are again talks on the weather futures. Over the decade, there has been a discussion how potential benefits can be seen with weather index coming in, but the basic risk is always there, and this basic risk is the average condition of a location versus the index. Now the geographical granularity, if it is low, and if the basic risk is high, the index is not adopted in the region. So to get the index adopted into the region, we need to have lower risk sites and better geographical granularities in the region. Now the next was the severe rainfall that was witnessed within hours in the regions of Delhi, and that was because of the 6 different parameters that joined together to create an intense low pressure area in the regions of Delhi and the surrounding. And if you look onto this diagram, you'll have a clear idea that there was an anticyclonic depression in the northeast, which led all the winds to converge. So the Arabian Sea stream of the monsoon, the Bay of Bengal stream of the monsoon, then a low pressure over Haryana and another over Madhya Pradesh, and another was a low pressure over Bay of Bengal, which added to the moisture conditions in the region. And because of these 6 weather phenomena intensifying and aggregating at one point, there was a scene of intense precipitation, which led to even the failure of the roof of the Terminal 1 at Indira Gandhi Airport in Delhi. Also, we have seen that the professors from IIT Bombay have been working to understand the cyclonic processes, and they are talking about 2 important phenomena. One is the subtropical jet stream, which remains there for a prolonged period moving from west to east, and the other is the monsoonal phenomena. So the convergence of the western disturbances and low pressure monsoon system is unique to India. In 2010, Pakistan witnessed heavy rainfall because of it, and this every time plays an important role, but these try to fluctuate with climate change, and these fluctuations have been very rapid. The next is the vaccine development. There have been various private companies moving forward for vaccine development. Bharat Biotech, Moderna, BioNTech are some of those. Now Covaxin was supposed to be brought for patent. IPO had filed the patent at the World Conference, but the main idea was the inventiveness that had to be established. Even for monkeypox, now we are talking about vaccine which would be developed indigenously and working on the same. So there are certain issues which revolve around the patents for the same and have to be taken very, very seriously. And the private companies have profited from the public research they have been doing. And in National Institute of Health has been working to go for even mRNA vaccines, which is a new way of generating the development. The next is in India and the developments for 2047. So we are talking about a Viksit Bharat, and the packages for the Viksit Bharat talks about the middle income trap, and moving the country out of this middle income trap is one of the major things that has been addressed. So World Development Report again talks about the middle income trap, which analyzes the experience of past 50 years and explains how a country progresses from one economic level to the next, and the background information behind that. The next is water. Now, there have been various efforts to rejuvenate the water bodies across the country. They have been named by different projects locally and in different parts of the state. For example, in Rajasthan, it's Mukhyamantri Jal Swavlamban Abhiyan, where drinking water in the rural areas is done by restoration of non-functional ponds. Similarly, it's in Maharashtra, desilting of the water bodies. In Karnataka, lake development program, restoration of the traditional water bodies in Pondicherry. In Tamil Nadu, numerous programs have been released through participatory management, irrigation tanks development, restoration of the local ponds, funds coming in from World Bank for improving the irrigation infrastructure, maintaining the local community and revitalizing the traditional system, community participation to be enhanced. So there are various regions across the country where there have been various efforts. For example, in the regions of Manikonda in Hyderabad, there is an effort of crisis to conservation, where affordable technology and planting of vegetation have been one of the ways. The second is in Bangalore, the ripple effect, where multiple unsuccessful attempts and sewage treatment plants revitalization have taken place. Similarly, there have been efforts in the regions of Thane, Nanded, Karaikal. So there are various regions and the different efforts, but mainly it pertains to restoration of the groundwater level, rejuvenation of the traditional water bodies, the water bodies which have dried, also community participation, local level participation, and creating artificial bodies for better water management, right? So there has been a scheme which is known as 3R: repair, renovate, and restore. So whether there is a need for repairing, there is a need for renovation or restoration has been taken into account. The central schemes mainly focus on Amrit 2.0, which is promoting a circular water economy, reusing the treatment wastewater. The next is Mission Amrit Sarovar. Mission Amrit Sarovar talks about water conservation in Amrit Sarovars, or the ponds which have been created with minimum of 0.4 hectare land. The next is moving from water to air, Clean Air Mission in India. Now this Clean Air Mission in India was a program which was launched, and it was the first performance-based funding initiative aimed to improve the quality of air in the major cities which have high levels of particulate matter, PM 2.5 and above, and the reduction aimed at 40%, the idea aimed at reducing the particulate matter by nearly 40% in the region. So for this, 3 steps had been taken: allocation of funds, providing direct grants, and convergence of the fund with the various sectoral organizations to achieve the goal of clean air. There have been various cities working for those, and then the proportion of the funds which has been used for various issues have been mentioned here. So the road dust has been one of the major issues that have been addressed here, right? The next is the gaps which have been in the funding and the implementation is again important. So they have to be addressed, and the focus has to be identified. What is the real focus, which is the real cause of deteriorating air quality in the region, and then identifying the areas where particulate matter 2.5 and above is high, and from which category. So let's say from Delhi and NCR, it's mainly the industry, and then the transport, which is one of the major burdens. Then again identifying in the regions of Ahmedabad, it is predominantly the industries and the power plants. So identifying regionally what factors affected would be one of the ways to actually resolve the issues of air pollution in the local areas. Then again, some of the other information that we have seen is the sale permits in the forest areas of Odisha, Koratpur, where the Tendu workers have been under stress. Viral encephalitis cases which have been seen in Gujarat as Chandipura virus, there have been numerous deaths associated to it recently. Then there have been talks regarding minor minerals which have been found in Golapara, Lakhimpur and districts of Assam. The auctions regarding the same and what could be the right strategy. Contamination of drinking water in the regions of Puna's Palki areas and the instructions being issued by NGT for the same. Talking about the priorities for the farmers, under the budget, the major priority was to improve the productivity of the farmer, employment as well as urban development. And based on these priorities, the efforts have been taken into account. So those were some of the important things that we have discussed in this edition. More details would be available in the handouts, and complete information you can get the printouts from there. So just go to the exam race current affairs section, and down to earth would be one of the sections where you would get all the handouts. Down to earth comes every fortnightly and we do cover it every month, both the editions. So stay tuned for a quick summary and recap here. Thanks for joining in.